Think the lifespan of your Toyota is limited to 200,000 miles? That number is not a mechanical limit. It's a mindset problem. Toyota engines are engineered with conservative tolerances, simple designs, and durability-first philosophy. Many of them are capable of running far beyond 300,000 miles without internal rebuilds. The reason most never get there has nothing to do with engineering and everything to do with owner habits. This video breaks down the exact maintenance principles used by Toyota technicians who routinely service ultra-high mileage vehicles. No shortcuts, no unnecessary spending, just precise actions done consistently. Apply these 13 rules correctly, and your Toyota will remain dependable long after other vehicles have been retired. Let's begin. First, make sure your engine oil is changed on schedule. Every long-lasting Toyota engine shares one thing in common: clean oil at consistent intervals. Oil is the engine's primary defense system. It controls friction, absorbs heat, removes contaminants, and prevents internal corrosion. Once oil degrades, that defense collapses. As oil ages, it thickens and loses its ability to flow through tight engine clearances. Heat builds up, friction increases, and wear accelerates rapidly. The damage starts silently, long before warning lights appear or performance drops. By the time symptoms are noticeable, internal components may already be compromised. Many Toyota engines that were mechanically sound have failed early simply because oil changes were delayed too often. Bearings wear down, timing components stretch, and piston rings lose their seal. None of this happens overnight, but once it begins, it cannot be reversed. For real-world driving, most Toyotas should receive fresh oil every 5,000 to 6,000 miles. This interval accounts for traffic, short trips, temperature extremes, and daily driving conditions that break oil down faster than ideal laboratory scenarios. Waiting for dashboard alerts or visual signs is a reactive approach, and reactive maintenance is expensive. An oil change is one of the least costly and least time-consuming services you can perform. With basic tools and minimal experience, it can be done in under 30 minutes for a fraction of the cost of engine repairs. Clean oil does more to extend engine life than any aftermarket part ever could. Consistent oil changes are not just maintenance. They are the difference between an engine that slowly deteriorates and one that continues running smoothly for hundreds of thousands of miles. Treat oil as a priority, and your Toyota will return the favor with unmatched longevity. Second, make sure your battery terminals are clean. You're rushing, you turn the key, and the engine doesn't roar. Silence. That instant panic. Your heart races, you're late, and your mind screams, "Battery's dead." But here's the secret most people miss. The battery isn't the problem. 9 times out of 10, it's corrosion on the terminals. That white or bluish crust slowly blocks the electricity your engine needs to fire. Left unchecked, it can drain or ruin a perfectly healthy battery. Replacement? Easily $250 or more, plus a tow if you're stranded. A problem that could have taken 5 minutes to fix just turned into a financial headache. Here's the real magic. Grab a $5 wire brush, pop the hood, and clean the terminals. 5 minutes. No mechanic, no fancy tools. Do it twice a year, in spring and autumn. That tiny effort now prevents hours of stress and thousands of dollars later. I've seen far too many drivers stranded over this exact preventable issue. Don't be one of them. A small, consistent habit now can save you massive frustration in the future. Third, never underestimate your coolant. Coolant may seem boring, but it's quietly one of the most critical fluids in your Toyota. Neglect it, and your engine will pay the price. Modern Toyotas use pink coolant. Older models used red. If you want your Toyota to survive 300,000 miles and beyond, changing it is non-negotiable. Replace it every 50,000 miles or 5 years, whichever comes first. Forget the internet myths that say you can wait 100,000 miles. That's a shortcut to disaster. I've seen too many engines ruined because owners ignored this simple rule. Here's what happens when you skip it. Old coolant loses its protective properties and becomes acidic. Acid attacks your engine from the inside, corroding seals, bearings, and the water pump. The first thing to fail. Minor leaks or strange noises may seem harmless, but they're warning signs. Ignore them, and corrosion spreads. In severe cases, coolant can infiltrate the combustion chamber, causing white smoke, misfires, error codes, and extremely expensive repairs. Hybrid owners, pay attention. Your inverter coolant is just as critical. Neglect it, and you risk destroying your inverter, the most expensive component in your hybrid. Stick to the 50,000-mile 5-year schedule, and your cooling system will protect both engine and inverter, stopping minor issues from becoming catastrophic failures. Remember this: coolant is cheap, repairs are not. A few minutes of maintenance today can save thousands tomorrow. Pro tip: if this advice is giving you value, smash the like button and subscribe. The next tips get even more critical. They reveal the exact habits Toyota mechanics use to push engines past 300,000 miles. Keep them running like new, and avoid the mistakes that destroy cars years too early. Transmission fluid is the fourth item. Most Toyota owners completely underestimate transmission fluid, but it's one of the most critical factors if you want your car to survive 300,000 miles and beyond. For non-hybrid Toyotas, a change every 60,000 miles or 6 years is ideal. Hybrid vehicles? Stretch that to 60,000, 90,000 miles. That range exists for a reason. Transmissions are precision machines, and timing matters. Too little maintenance, and the system wears out quietly. Too much or too aggressive, and you can actually harm it. Here's the truth most people miss. Internal clutches slowly shed tiny particles. A little debris can actually help clutch engagement, but too much, and the system chokes. Valves stick. Shifts become jerky. Components slip. I've seen people destroy a perfectly good transmission by overflushing, and I've seen the same result from total neglect. The solution? A carefully executed drain and fill every 60,000 miles. It removes just the right amount of old fluid and debris, leaving enough to keep the transmission balanced and healthy. Never gamble with fluid types. Use Toyota-approved WS fluid for most automatics and hybrids. CVTs need CVTF, and aftermarket universal fluids are a trap. When something goes wrong, your wallet will feel it. Even hybrid transmissions, which lack traditional clutches, accumulate metal particles over time. Changing the fluid keeps the system clean, prevents long-term wear, and ensures smooth, stress-free performance. Think of it as insurance for the most expensive component in your car. Cheap, simple, and absolutely essential. The fifth item is brake fluid. Brake fluid is the silent guardian of your Toyota. You might never see it, but without it, your car cannot stop reliably. Low, contaminated, or old brake fluid doesn't just reduce braking performance. It can make your pedal spongy, trigger dashboard warnings, and turn a simple drive into a nightmare. I've seen drivers ignore brake fluid for years, only to face near disasters that could have been prevented with a small, cheap maintenance step. For Toyotas, the rule is clear. Change brake fluid every 3 to 5 years. Over time, brake fluid absorbs moisture, reducing hydraulic pressure and risking internal brake system damage. Fresh fluid should be clear, pale amber, and crystal clean. If it looks dark or cloudy, replace it immediately. Topping off the fluid is simple. Depending on the model, use DOT3 or DOT4, add gradually, and avoid overfilling. After bleeding, the pedal should feel solid and firm, not squishy or soft. Always take a short test drive to confirm everything feels perfect. Clean brake fluid doesn't just improve stopping power, it enhances confidence, control, and comfort behind the wheel. It's a small task with a massive payoff, and when it matters most, it can save your life and thousands of dollars in repairs. The sixth is power steering fluid. Let's talk about power steering fluid, the silent hero that keeps your Toyota effortless to drive. First, check whether your vehicle even needs it. Many modern Toyotas now come with electric power steering, which eliminates the need for fluid entirely. But if you're driving an older model with hydraulic steering, ignoring this fluid is a recipe for disaster. Power steering fluid does one critical job. It keeps your steering smooth, precise, and safe. You'll usually know when it's running low. Listen for that sharp, high-pitched whining when turning the wheel. That sound isn't just annoying, it's a warning. Keep driving like that, and you'll eventually destroy the power steering pump, a repair that can cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars. The general rule: change hydraulic power steering fluid every 50,000 to 70,000 miles. Over time, it darkens, picks up microscopic debris, and loses its protective qualities. When that happens, it's not optional. It's critical. The reservoir is easy to locate under the hood, and checking it is simple. Just ensure the engine is at the right temperature and check the hot and cold level marks. If it's low, add the correct fluid for your Toyota. And here's the pro tip most owners miss: never, ever use automatic transmission fluid as a substitute, even if your old manual recommended it. The additives in transmission fluid aren't designed for hydraulic systems and can silently damage your steering over time. Don't be tempted to overspend at the dealership either. Toyota's branded fluid works, but so does any reputable aftermarket brand that matches your vehicle specifications. The system doesn't care about the logo. It cares about clean, proper fluid. Follow this simple step, and your steering will stay smooth for hundreds of thousands of miles. Differential and transfer case fluid are number 7. Now, let's cover differential and transfer case fluid, often ignored until it's too late. If you own a Toyota truck or SUV with 3- or 4-wheel drive, this is crucial. These systems work relentlessly, transferring power to all wheels, especially in snow, mud, or when towing heavy loads. The fluid inside them is their lifeline. Neglect it, and the strain builds quietly until failure hits. And those repairs aren't cheap. For first-time service, change differential and transfer case fluid every 30,000 miles. After that, if you rarely go off-road or tow, you can stretch it to 60,000 miles. But don't push it further. It's cheap, easy, and provides peace of mind that your drivetrain will continue to work flawlessly. And yes, Toyota-branded fluid is overpriced. You don't need to pay the dealership premium. The key is picking the correct specification, GL3, GL5, etc., and using a reputable brand. Do that, and your differential and transfer case will handle extreme conditions for years, silently protecting your investment without ever complaining. Check your car's air filter, number 8. This one is easy, but it makes a massive difference. Think of your air filter as the lungs of your Toyota. Every engine needs clean air to breathe, just like you. The air filter traps dust, dirt, insects, and other microscopic particles before they enter your engine. When it's clean, your car runs smoother, burns fuel more efficiently, and stays quieter. But a clogged air filter? That's like trying to run a marathon with a pillow over your face. Your engine has to work harder just to pull in air, which kills performance, lowers gas mileage, and accelerates wear. The great news: fixing this is almost effortless. Most Toyota air filters need replacement every 12,000 to 15,000 miles, roughly once a year. Your owner's manual will tell you exactly when. Even better, you can do it yourself in minutes. Open the housing, swap in a fresh filter, snap it shut, and you're done. No tools, no mechanic, no hassle. It may seem small, but the payoff is huge. Smoother operation, lower fuel costs, and a healthier, longer-lasting engine. Plugs for sparks are number 9. Spark plugs aren't flashy, but they are the heartbeat of your engine. Replace them too early or use the wrong ones, and you're risking serious trouble. Both mistakes are more common than you think. Most Toyotas are designed to run up to 120,000 miles on OEM spark plugs if routine maintenance is done. Certain newer V6 engines like the 2GR FKS need attention at 60,000 miles. Always check your service sticker or owner's manual. And when it's time, stick with OEM plugs. No shortcuts. Aftermarket plugs may seem cheaper, but the cost of engine trouble far outweighs a few dollars saved. Even if your plugs haven't hit their mileage interval, I recommend inspecting them on older cars, especially 10-year-old vehicles. Spark plugs-in aluminum heads can seize over time, and I've seen them snap after 15 years, turning a simple maintenance task into a costly nightmare. Do it right. OEM plugs, correct gap, installed carefully. Your engine will thank you with flawless performance. Checking your battery is number 10. Never underestimate the 12-volt battery. It may be small, but it powers your entire Toyota, from starting the engine to running your lights, infotainment, and safety systems. A weak or failing battery can leave you stranded, make your car struggle to start, or dim your interior lighting. Toyota batteries can last up to 10 years, but most die between 3 and 5. Avoid being caught off guard by testing regularly. A simple multimeter is all it takes. Black lead to negative, red lead to positive. If it reads below 12.4 volts, it's time to charge or replace. Replacement can cost $300 to $500, depending on your model, but that's far cheaper than being stuck in the cold and paying a tow. The lesson is simple. Check your battery consistently, especially after 3 years, and you'll avoid unnecessary headaches and costly surprises. 11th is the serpentine belt. Most people overlook the serpentine belt, but ignoring it is a huge mistake. It may look like just a simple rubber strap, but it's the unsung hero that powers your alternator, air conditioning, power steering, and in some models, even the water pump. When it fails, it doesn't just take one system offline, it can disable several critical systems at once, leaving you stranded and facing expensive repairs. That's why routine inspections are non-negotiable. Look for fraying edges, shiny glazing, cracks, or any visible wear. The moment you spot any of these warning signs, it's time to replace the belt. Most Toyotas require a serpentine belt swap around 100,000 miles, and it's a task that's straightforward for a skilled DIYer or a mechanic. The belt itself is inexpensive, but ignoring it could cost you far more in unexpected breakdowns. The timing belt is number 12. The timing belt is one of the most critical components in your engine, and neglecting it is a recipe for disaster. Its job is to keep the engine's moving parts perfectly synchronized. If it snaps, the results can be catastrophic. Bent valves, damaged pistons, and sometimes a complete engine replacement. For most Toyotas, the timing belt needs replacement somewhere between 60,000 and 100,000 miles, though you should always confirm your model's interval in the owner's manual. Replacing it is a more involved job than an oil or serpentine belt change, but the cost of ignoring it is far higher. This is one maintenance item where cutting corners is never worth the risk. The 13th tip is to utilize original Toyota parts. If you want your Toyota to last 300,000 miles or more, using genuine Toyota parts isn't optional, it's essential. Aftermarket components may look identical, but they rarely perform the same way, and I've seen countless vehicles return to the shop with avoidable problems caused by subpar parts. OEM Toyota components, spark plugs, sensors, filters, hoses, even small clips, are engineered to fit perfectly, function reliably, and last longer. While they may cost a bit more upfront, they save you thousands in repairs over the life of your vehicle. Cutting corners on parts today is one of the fastest ways to shorten your engine's lifespan tomorrow. Follow these 13 rules consistently, and you'll see a dramatic difference in your Toyota's reliability, performance, and maintenance costs. These aren't complicated tasks. They take little time, cost little money, but pay huge dividends over hundreds of thousands of miles.